This EPM nugget will delve into the essential aspects of building and maintaining robust definitions on a Windows platform. Our objective is to establish effective criteria that will ensure only intended items are allowed, elevated, or blocked, while minimizing the maintenance and potential for exploitation. The first step to building strong definitions is to understand which criteria can be trusted, and which ones that should only be used in combination with trusted criteria. The most immutable and specific piece of criteria is the file checksum. This is always available to us, but maintaining this type of definition can be arduous, especially for applications that receive regular updates, and so it is preferable to only use this when no other secure criteria can be defined. Publisher certificate is the next most secure, but on its own is too encompassing unless the goal is to approve everything from a particular vendor. Metadata is information encoded into the file to identify it, and can include things like the product name, original name, file description, etc. This criteria on its own should not be considered secure, as the metadata can be removed or modified using a metadata editor. However, when used in combination with a publisher certificate, this becomes the gold standard in securely identifying applications on Windows, as manipulation of the metadata would result in invalidating the certificate. Next, we have file name, and this should be considered weak as it is easily changed without impacting the integrity of the certificate or its checksum. So this criteria should only be used in locations where it cannot be manipulated by the end user or an attacker impersonating them. File location is a little more abstract and depends on the security of the folder and if it is protected from tampering. For instance, by default, the Windows system and program files folders are secured, so that they can only be modified by users or services with administrative access, so these could be considered trusted locations. Owner is useful criteria if the file has an expected owner, but only when the file is located in a secure location where ownership cannot be modified. Context is exceptionally useful criteria to determine when and how an application can be allowed, blocked, or elevated. This is a deeper topic and will be covered in a separate video nugget. So, let's put some of this knowledge into practice. In this scenario, the app is signed with the publisher certificate, so we can now put higher confidence in the associated metadata. To target a specific app, you would use the publisher in combination with something unique like the original file name. If you wanted to capture a wider range of applications with a single definition, then you could use the publisher in combination with commonalities in metadata, such as product name contains Office. Regular expressions allow us to go a stage further and target a wider range of apps while explicitly excluding others. For example, product contains Office, but not Project or Visio. In our next scenario, the application is not signed, so we need to evaluate what other characteristics that could be used in its place. And this starts with, can the file location be trusted? Is it protected by ACLs from tampering? If it is, then do we trust everything in the folder, or do we want to be specific? In the case we want to be specific, the file name, owner, and any associated metadata can now be trusted as it cannot be modified. Using this criteria in combination will increase confidence in the targeting and minimize exploitation. However, in the absence of a trusted location, you should use the checksum. Thank you for watching. You should now have a better understanding of building and maintaining robust definitions on a Windows platform.